Welcome back to Strength Cultures Podcast, number one in the hearts, number one in the charts. Just quickly checking in before the start of this podcast to let you know that we are now offering the first month on the training app is free, and that is exclusive to our podcast listeners. Inside our training app, we have a bunch of programs and programming streams, things like power building for those looking to get jacked, get strong, but also lose some weight and actually train with some high volume in the gym. We also have power lifting, high and moderate frequency, as well as a bunch of strength and conditioning or hybrid style programs. As well as all the programs, we also have a bunch of educational videos, things like anatomy, nutrition, lifestyle, recovery. All of these things are built into the app to make sure that you are equipped with the understanding and knowledge needed to continue to push your training past your initial limits. And I just want to let you know that the entire experience is completely free. Free programming, free education, and free access to us in the Discord for form check and any questions you have related to training. Use the code PODCAST through the first link down below. Otherwise, let's get into the show.
Whoa.
Welcome back to Melbourne Strength Cultures Podcast, number one in the hearts, number one in the charts. The boythes are back. I know at the start of the year, I said we're going to be doing a boythes episode every week.
What happened?
I lied. I just fucking straight up lied to the fam.
Never
Can't
let them know
trust
your
Jamie
next
Smith.
move.
Yeah, keep them guessing. Art of war, deception.
Yeah, no, I lied to the fam. I lied to the community. I do apologise. Once we start recording guests and all of that sort of stuff, the week sort of gets away from us, and we do apologise.
Mate, we're
There will be
entrepreneurs.
times where we double drop episodes, as we have this week, because we had Luke Tulloch on Tuesday, which obviously dropped today as we're recording this. But there'll be other weeks, as you could see from Thomas Lilly, Meg. We didn't drop a boythes episode, so apologies for that. But we're back today.
We're entrepreneurs. We've got a lot going on.
We've got a lot going on. We're grinding.
We're founders.
Multiple revenue streams.
Yeah. Speaking of multiple revenue streams, the apparel drop. What a success, boys.
Big success.
We fucking nailed it.
Let's go. Thank
We nailed
you.
it.
I did think about it before, because I wasn't nervous at all until I got... I don't know, I thought about... We went
was the
running
morning
before,
of.
and then I was like, fuck, we've made all these T-shirts. Is anyone actually going to buy them? Like, we knew people were going to buy them, but I was like, we were so confident that people were going to buy them, but then I just had that little bit of self-doubt come in. I was like...
I was nervous at 5:52.
It's like, is anyone actually going to buy these things that, like, aren't our mums and girlfriends?
I don't think my mum bought one.
My mum bought one for Dad. For Johnny
Shouts out
Monaro.
Vula.
Johnny Monaro, shouts out Vula.
But, yeah, no, that was good. We sold them out.
I was nervous as nuts.
Yeah.
Jamie missed the launch.
Jamie was
missed
so
the
nervous
launch.
he
Missed the
just,
launch.
he just stepped outside. He wasn't here for the launch.
I missed the whole thing. I hate that you guys filmed that like little behind the scenes video, and I'm not in it at all. I hated
Not in
it.
it.
I was like,
It's all right. It was just a lot of nervous energy.
yeah, I know, but I had that nervous energy at
Oh, no, I heard you on the phone.
Yeah.
You didn't sound good on the
Nah.
phone. Yeah.
You were nervous about the
struggling.
shipping.
I was just nervous about the
everything.
back end, mate.
The back
It's a
end.
whole brand new back end, you know? You got to
Back
work
end,
on that
gotta
back
work
end.
on the back end.
So we didn't have that back end
Back
drama
end.
stress.
Yeah.
It's a different level of stress.
I had the stress of
the
like,
back end.
there's nothing for me to do right now except for wait for Donnie to press the button, but I'm still stressing. I don't know. I'm stressing.
I was just being fucking annoying.
You were.
I was just
Put
being
it
annoying.
on PussyCat Dolls.
Oh, man. I was nervous in my own way. You guys
We all
didn't-
express in different ways.
Yeah, you didn't validate my nerves. PussyCat Dolls, bro.
Why was that song being played?
Because we had to push the button.
To push the button for sure.
And you know, loosen up my buttons by fucking PussyCat Dolls. And what's the other?
Push the button.
There's
The other song?
There's the Sugar Babes one.
Wait, which one do we play?
We
were
played
playing
PussyCat Dolls.
Yeah, how's it go?
There's also push my buttons
Yeah, that
and let me know.
Yeah. And we were like, loosen up the button. And then it just got from that.
Jai-ho.
We were like, geez, the Pussycat Dolls were...
They got some tracks, man.
Big tracks.
Yeah.
Big They was something
Nicole
else.
Scherzinger.
Scherzinger knows how to make a track.
was,
It was an interesting dynamic, the Pussycat Dolls, because there was like 10 of them or 8 of them in
But she was the only one that
but she
sang.
was like the only one that...
She sung and then
How-
she put
how
her
did-
own voice for backup.
How did that get sold as like, do you want to join this group? You won't be fucking anywhere
They're just dancers.
at all at the
That's what they
front. But
Easy. I'll be the lead. You all have to do nothing. But we're all the Pussycat Dolls. Like, imagine that. If it was Nicole Scherzinger
and the
the
PussyCat Dolls, that's different.
different
there's
cell.
no way. Imagine being a pop star, like wanting to be a pop star, and you get your break, and then they're like, yeah, you can join this group that's going to go global,
Yep.
but no one's going to know your name. No one's going to even be able to distinguish you from the other girls, and this girl is going to take all of the front.
Okay, well, this is my counter. What if they're not pop stars? What if they're all backup dancers?
I agree.
And as
Who
a
now
result,
got to be pop stars.
they're backup dancers who got the chance to be pop stars. So people thought, oh, there's all these dolls, but they're just backup dancers.
You reckon they weren't even? They weren't even.
They didn't even
Like there was no auditions for the
She was a
Pussycat
singer.
Dolls.
She was a singer. No, there would have been
reckon?
for dancers.
For dancers.
Not for. She was a singer who needed some dancers.
So you've got these, so now you got backup dancers that have made it as pop stars, and they don't have to do shit. But
So you can make mad video clips with fucking 8 of them.
So
there.
wait, you guys are saying that Pussycat Dolls is actually a dance group, not a
It's a dance
singing
group with a
dance
mad
group
singer.
that's led by Nicole Scherzinger. Nicole Scherzinger has done something extremely selfless by saying we're the dolls as a collective.
She could have said
and not
Diana Ross
me.
and the Supremes, but she didn't go there.
She
like
didn't
that.
do it. She didn't.
Even though
go
all of them were
Nicole
singing.
Scherzinger and the dolls. That's a gangster. She's
All right.
a good person.
She's
Nicole.
all right. I backtrack my ideas.
And then she went solo. That's
it.
Respect.
That's it.
Nicole Scherzinger.
She dropped the dolls. Dead weight.
She dropped the dolls regardless. I don't need all this dead weight. No one can hold a bloody C flat out here.
Yeah, I can just hire backup dancers and get paid way more.
Yeah. So
Margins. Scherzinger knows margins.
So thank you for supporting the boythes for our first drop. It was a huge success. Delivery was fast. People were getting it the next day.
Some people got it within
24
like 3
hours.
hours of it being picked up from the gym. It was
Yeah,
mad.
actually mad.
Good company.
And then obviously the next drop is the hoodies, which will be on.
Voila, over here, you're wearing them.
Everyone going to clap? Come on, everyone clap.
Clap.
Come on.
Clap, Donny.
Is going to be May the 10th. It is a Wednesday night again. We're going to do it the same, 6 p.m.
We're just
If you don't want to miss out, get there at 6 p.m.
Put
Join
it in
the,
your calendar.
join the email list. Obviously, there was a few people that went to melbournestrengthculture.com.au. .com, sorry. It's strengthculture.com.au. New
It's
website.
adjacent to the main brand.
sign up to the mailing list.
Sign up to the mailing list, so that means you don't
Yeah.
you don't get directed to the wrong website. Because this is
just do or die, baby.
do or die. Yeah, hoodies are up next. Hoodies are mad. I love the hoodies. Hoodies are sick.
Hoodies are good.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you very much. It was good.
very well
and tag us
stitched.
in your shit when you're wearing them. If you see someone else wearing something,
Take a photo.
we love that.
paparazzi.
Chilly in here.
Dids is a bit chilly. Yeah, unreal. What's the news with you boys? What's going on, team?
Started running, 2 runs in.
Running.
So what I was gonna do was only the loyal listeners will get that one.
That's,
But,
that's a very subtle.
So what I was gonna do, given that push pull run is 3 weeks before my comp, I was just gonna rock up on the day, do the lifting because I'm already going to be lifting heavy, and then just cold turkey the run. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do a bit of running. So I'm like, I've committed to 1 run a week. I've done that so far. If I do 2, we'll see. But we start off with the run, and it's actually pretty fun. It's been fun to do a bit of running.
I think if you didn't train for it and you just tried to do 1.6,
I was saying
It's horrible.
you would have done it very slow.
the only way I think I'd finish 1.6 Ks without training is running extremely slow. Like,
Yes, because that was when I started back whenever
because even now,
November,
if I did
December.
1.6, to finish it, I
Yeah.
have to go really slow. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm confident I'll be able to build up in the 10 weeks, and that's something Bulls have talked about. Like, pacing is really important for these things. You can't just come too hard out of the gate and expect yourself to be able to.
I'm excited to see some people crash and burn.
Oh, they're going to be
Charlie
crashing
needs
and
people to
burning.
lap, so hopefully some of you are going to be slow.
We'll have our plan and we'll stick to the plan. But
Are you going to share that plan, or are you going to keep your secret?
we haven't figured the plan out yet.
Charlie's
Well, if you wanna-
gatekeeping running.
if you want to hear the plan, Heavies on a run seminar, you got to come down to the plan. But
Paywall on the plan.
I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited to see some people go too hard too early.
I reckon I'm gonna try and I want to come out slow, but then there'll be a few people who I'm gonna lap. I'm gonna get past them. Like they're gonna take off quick, but I'm gonna catch
I
up.
don't know.
We're doing waves.
Yeah, we're going to have to, because there's going to be like we got 20,
I need to be in the
we've got
slow heat.
24 people currently, and
Okay,
I reckon we're going to get to 30.
Doesn't matter what heat you're in because it's track. Just the fast people will go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. I want to be in the slower heat so I can beat someone. If I'm in the fast heat, I'm coming last. So I need someone to beat. So if you're slow, sign up.
Why randomize it?
I think
I reckon
there's-
random.
I
No,
think-
because you would rather randomize it just because we're probably not going to have like be quick on the stopwatch.
Yeah,
you know what
fair.
I mean?
And because if they're all finishing within 5 seconds,
I also
yeah,
think
exactly.
there's not going to be that many people that are running it super, super quick. I think
Oh.
majority of those
Why
people.
yourself.
are you shitting on the fucking?
No, but I'm talking like
Aim higher, man.
Yeah, bro.
Come on,
that's
man.
Disrespectful.
no, it's being realistic. It's like not everyone's deadlifting 300 kilos at a comp.
pretty cynical of you, bro.
Oh, we'll give everyone a participation trophy. Fucking hell.
Everyone gets a medal at push pull run.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
Nah. The formula's
it.
completed though, boys.
Thank you,
we
David.
could probably use the formula now, and we could just the four of us and
Predict
work
some
out-
times.
Predict it.
Well, I need
predict
to
our
run a
positions.
1.6 before I put any times out.
So what's the, each coefficient's got like a trendy name? Like there's a dot.
It's called the
Briguglio.
Briguglio formula.
The Briguglio formula.
to the Briguglio coefficient.
No,
formula.
No, the formula is what it is to work it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coefficient is used
or
against
call it the Briguglio score.
It's a Briguglio score.
Like a dot score.
The Briguglio.
Oh, yeah,
dots
we could call it a
points.
score, yeah.
Score.
Yeah, people like, what's your dots? What's your Wilkes?
What's your
Briguglio?
Briguglio?
What's your Briguglio?
No, what was your Briguglio again from push pull run? Fucking no.
definitely
let's
that
go.
nice.
All right, we've got it sorted.
Nah, absolutely. He's also built us an app, a web
is
a
unbelievable.
web domain app, so you can
No way.
obviously you can't type it in because it's pretty long, but you could copy the link and it opens up a dashboard and you can put your thing in there.
That's
Crazy.
Someone asked, is the formula going to become public? I don't know. We might put the formula behind a paywall. It's our IP.
It'll be on the app. If you join the app, you can get the
Patreon.
formula.
Boythes IP.
We should do a
that's it.
Patreon.
We should do a Patreon. First, the first goodie bag includes the Briguglio formula.
Patreon.
But no, it's going to be mad. I'm fucking keen for it. I've been running. I bought some shoes. Got the Nike Pegasus Trails. Only reason is Lukey was wearing them at the
They look good.
triathlon. We've got to wrap that up actually as well. But he was wearing them at the triathlon. I thought, fuck, they're nice shoes.
They look good.
So I was like, I'm just going to buy the same.
Yeah.
Nike do make
got
nice
influenced.
looking shoes, I think. I also really like New Balance runners, like aesthetic. They look nice.
Mine are ugly as shit.
Asics can make some really disgusting. All those like
only bring 'em out
Asics, Brooks, Mizuno, they can make it a bit.
No, they're all Brooks is still. They've still got their like the hectic one. Like they've got their top end one. Like
Yeah.
Mizuno. How do you say it? Saucony.
Saucony.
Not a real
Saucony.
runner.
Saucony?
Saucony.
Sony.
It sounds more Italian. We'll go
Whoa.
Saucony.
Saucony.
All right, done. We'll go with that.
Saucony family.
Asics, the ones I got, they fucking bring out one colorway. It's blue and orange, and then
They gotta leave
the
it.
women's one's like a violet and grey.
I'm telling you, I reckon
They're garbage.
behind the scenes they got. This is the one they do one release of that shoe, and they've put all their time and effort into the big sellers, and they go that one, whatever.
Yeah, well, she's like, oh, it's a pretty niche running shoe. So I'm a
Blue
niche
and
running
orange.
guy, with blue and orange and
Just
grey.
make it a
shoe.
normal colorway.
Just make it
Ugly.
normal colours.
Black
Yeah,
and
well, the
white.
last colorways were mad. They're like black and grey. They looked fucking stealthy as. Now I've got these shit blue and orange things.
But
They
you're
feel they're
performing.
comfy though.
You're performing.
I'm performing.
Let's go barefoot. Carnival MD.
Dan Sterling reckons he's going to do the mile in toe shoes.
No, he will. I saw him.
He runs in
I can't believe
Vibras.
it.
He does 10K on a Sunday in toe shoes.
That's a lot.
I saw him running in Carnegie once wearing the toe shoes.
He's
Crazy.
Like a big giraffe, like 6'4", 110
he
kilo
runs like
male.
five.
Just-
He runs at a 5 minute pace, like 10K. He'll run pretty.
He'll do pretty well. He's got a big
He's going to run a.
deadlift. Good runner.
I did 2 kilometers at 5 minute pace last night.
It was Jean-Pierre, bro.
2 kilometers.
I don't know if it goes that high, but probably like a 12.
You're way faster than me.
Oh, did you go hard? You ran it hard.
I was just like, I'm going to go run for 10 minutes and just see how far I get.
Yeah.
And I got to 2 kilometers, 2.01 kilometers.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You're faster than me. Oh, similar.
I'm going to smoke you. I know I will.
No, you will. You used to smoke me in fucking high school.
Yeah,
Nothing's
I know.
changed.
Nothing's changed, bro. We're the same.
Me doing 3 months of running hasn't changed your fucking.
Yeah, I'm just coming in. 10 weeks of training, smoke ya. Go on.
Well, you're not. No, but you're not because we've got two other things.
I'm going to smoke you though.
Nah, this is the thing. There's
I'm coming in
people-
light. This is the reason I'm coming in light.
Oh,
I have
you
to come in
already-
light.
You strategize like that.
I'm competitive as fuck.
That's why. You
And this push-pull-run sort of universe that we've created, no different. I'm coming in light. I'm water cutting.
You got a sauna the morning
I'm
off.
saunering for the lift. I need as much help as I can in the lift as possible.
shit.
It's a we've got
No,
we've got
I'm
a
thinking.
Briguglio formula.
I'm
It's
just trying
now
to
a
think-
competition.
I'm trying to think, but you're only looking at one endeavor.
He's looking at the
No,
run.
because the lighter person improves lifting relative score, and they're lighter in the run.
But you still need to be like Charlie will beat you in the lifting though, like significantly. But we've got to look at the 50-50. Depends
And
how
then
much
a
better
heavier
you are.
score
than
in the
running.
run gives you a better score, yeah?
No, they're 50% each.
No, I'm saying.
What do you mean?
I'm saying just
fast
for the
time.
weighting of the coefficient. If you're heavier for the mile,
Yeah, no, yeah.
that's
yeah.
a benefit. Whereas if the lifting
Yeah.
lighter with a heavier weight,
Yeah.
could be dramas. Some people have said like, yeah, I'm gonna sandbag the lift and go really hard in the
Nah.
run. So some of my faster
Nah.
good clients like
You're going to be last.
See, they're the
You're
ones who
last, bro.
probably aren't the best at lifting already, they should be trying harder on the lifting to make up for
And
the
honestly,
fact that
two
they
lifts,
can't lift that much.
two lifts. Come on,
It'll be all right.
not fatiguing you that much.
True.
Get over yourself. Seriously.
No, I agree. I
I-
don't think you need that much. So it's
So-
like, why would you sandbag it?
Why would you sandbag? At least hit something decent. Like you still get a decent
Like maybe you just don't I don't know.
get a 95% one.
Exactly.
Like,
What are you going to try and pull?
Well, I want to try and pull 300 conventional because I've done 290 before.
Yeah.
And I also want to just really set myself that goal for
target.
for strength because I feel like through the tri training, especially my deadlift took a bit of a. So I just want to push myself that target. Yeah. Deadlifting twice a week.
What do you want to deadlift?
260.
Yeah.
Best ever is 250 at like 102 kilos.
Yeah.
So if I want to get down to like 95, 97 at the moment. So we can get under that 260, bench 150. That's a bit of a stretch, and the mile is a stretch. My bench and the stretching. Craig Allen's coming down.
Who's coming in with so out of these guys that are really good at the run, do any of them have a realistic number they're throwing out? Because you're throwing out 6 minutes saying, okay, it might be a bit of a stretch.
What did Aaron just run? Aaron Howlett?
I'm pretty sure he got sub 6 minute, just sub 6 minute.
So sub 6 will be
He's run a
the
sub
winners.
5 before.
A sub 5 mile.
Yeah.
Holy.
That's quick.
Yeah, but what's he deadlift?
15.
180.
Not
At
strong enough,
96,
mate.
97
Get
kilos.
deadlifted,
so,
boy.
He needs to run real fast.
That's where, mate.
He needs to run
It's
real
going to
fast.
scale out.
No, it's super interesting.
This
is
really
wild.
guy.
It's-
I'm telling you,
it's-
this guy, he's a fucking dark horse because I went athletics, mate. The cunt used to fucking run.
Yeah,
He used to run those fucking skinny tendons. He's got no calves,
springy.
all
I'm
tendons,
springy.
All tendons. He just springs around the 400.
Yeah, G me up, Charles.
He does.
G me up.
No, he can run. And then he's also, what was your biggest deadlift? He's
Let's go. I pulled 280 on a noodle bar. I reckon I could pull 260
Yeah,
in 10 weeks.
Should we go noodle bar as well?
No,
Nah,
stiff bar.
stiff. It's got to be
we all train
honourable.
on stiff. Everyone trains on stiff, so.
Stiff bar.
Stiff.
And with the amount of people that we've got,
We only have
My
one
neck.
deadlift bar. We can't be running it off one bar.
No, he's going to be very interesting. We're all
be-
talking
it'll be
like
very
strategy.
interesting.
We're trying
Very
to work
interesting.
out like.
But I'm also.
so and so's going to do. Hey, let me finish my. I'm
Go,
done.
go, finish.
Go on. I'm over it.
No, finish,
I'm over
finish.
it. It's all right.
Strategy. Go. Finish.
I was trying to go.
Finish.
I was going to say, I'm looking at the list now of who we've got. I think Dan Serlin, I think his bench press is going to limit him a little bit.
Yeah.
But he'll deadlift big and he's
And he's going to run, and he's going to have the body weight coefficient on his side because he's big.
because he's
Dan
big
Serlin's
and
dark
he can,
horse.
he's big and he can run.
Yeah, because he can run. Maybe Dan Serling,
But,
because
he's got a big deadlift. Yeah, he's pulled 280.
And then we've got Craig Allen, 90 kilos.
Craig
I
Allen, I
reckon-
think, is the.
I reckon he might come in with a double
The thing
body weight
is-
bench.
Dan's done it not that long ago. I'm sure Craig will do something crazy, but for Dan, it's only a few months ago that he pulled 280. Where it's I don't know. I'm sure he'll do well, but although what's he fucking RDLing 240 for 6
He was about to pull 250 for a set before he blew his rib out
on RDLs.
on RDLs.
All right, I think he's deadlifting the biggest.
No,
then.
Craig
But
Allen will go close.
I think Craig Allen is. But the mile, the only thing is the mile. I'm not too sure yet. He's done some testing this week, and some numbers are coming out. So, to me, he's the favourite right now.
I think he's the
Because
favourite.
even if his mile isn't the best, his lifting's fucking crazy. Plus, he's going to be fit. So that's the.
It's still going to be I think it's still going to be impressive.
I think
just
we
for
need to put
his
some
mile.
numbers in there because there's going to be a few people that will run really fast, but they're just nowhere near the mark.
They're nowhere near with the lifting. What I will say from the females, I think Georgia Jerkovic.
What's her mile?
I feel like she's going to be the favourite for the women.
Yeah.
Tess has got a big deadlift. She needs to move her bench
Tess
up.
can't
though.
run.
Tess needs to run. That's what Tess needs to
did
do.
60 seconds on, 60 seconds off the other day and was like, my knees hurt, my shins.
Me and Tess are in the same boat. Starting from fucking square
Tess,
one.
we'll see what she's
I'm
like.
ready. No, I'm G'd up. And what I will say is, it's been no secret that my training has been fucking lackluster for 3 years. But I can't. Obviously the competition side of thing drives me as well. But just having a date has been massive.
Yeah.
Like
I felt like that.
Massive.
And the thing is, it's not a date by. It's not like I've created this arbitrary date that I want to weigh 90 kilos on this date. It's me and 30 other people are all committing to do this thing together. So if for example you didn't rock up, you're like, oh Jamie, what happened? Whereas if you set a date by yourself, no one really cares. No one's keeping you in check. Do you know what I mean? It's because it's a group thing that adds that accountability to it.
It's competition. It's like even today I woke up and I was excited to come squat and deadlift because through the triathlon training I was really prioritizing that, and just the lifting did take. I was still training, but it was just not the focus, and I wasn't that. But now I'm like, all right, we've got to push both. There's no
You have to push both.
we've got to push both. So today it's got to train hard.
Yeah, I think if you're out there and if you're struggling, obviously like the community aspect is massive for us and the people in our community, but like just setting hard dates, like it's a top-down strategy. And I think for a few years there, we've been like a very like bottoms up sort of driven coaching style. Just see how we're going, just day to day. So
that's one thing that the top down gets very well. That it is needed for a lot of people. You can't just rely on that purely bottoms up planning.
It can't be in isolation. It can't be. And then it's like, as a sell for a recreational lifter, like this lifting and body composition to change your body and to lift these crazy weights, like as a noble pursuit, it's training, you know, you just keep rocking up day after day, year
just
after year.
Just add a kilo to the bar every week, just add a couple reps here or there. Like.
That appeals to a very small amount of people. Like I think of like the Mike Tucheras, the guys that have been doing this for 20 years. Like there's a reason he's elite and there's a reason like that's the kind of... But
most people aren't that person.
I look at myself as a recreational lifter, as someone that like does this because they love it and it's fun. And the times that I've tried to be like, yep, I'm going to stick at this for 10 years and I'm just going to do SPD or I'm just going to do this, has made me hate training. It doesn't do it for me.
And it's a shame
that
happens for a lot of people.
Short.
Yeah. I fall in that category.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like I would rather. I know this year I've set a few dates. All the goals they do sort of cross over. But I haven't been this G'd up for training in I don't know how long. Years, honestly, years. I think there's something to it. And even look, I was thinking about this last night as well. Even for our own clients, like we don't train pro athletes anymore. There's something to embracing the suck and like just like training being mundane that you have to deal with chasing performance in something. But we deal with recreational lifters and like peaking relatively regularly, I think is like it should be a must.
And having dates. Like having setting like almost seasons of training for certain things, and there's no reason why you have to pigeonhole yourself. Like you've spoken about this so many times, but you don't have to pigeonhole yourself to be. Because I had that identity, and like you struggled with you struggled with it at the end of last year, and we're quite vocal about it. But I put myself in that category as well. It's like we've always been powerlifting gym, we've always made powerlifting content. I was a powerlifting coach and all of that sort of stuff, but I genuinely just hated powerlifting training by the end of it. And always going back to the gym just to do squats or bench or deadlifts or whatever. Like, I'd try the trap bar and I'd be like, what am I doing? Or like, it was just
the trap bar was never going to be the reason.
Yeah, the trap bar was never going to be my out. You know, some people do. Maybe I'm an athlete at the core. And I don't know, just something has fundamentally changed in my attitude. Like last night, I just got home and I was like, I just fucking want to run. So I just went for 10 minutes.
The running is good.
And I came home and the runner's high is legit.
It's legit.
Yeah,
it is. I've actually realized it is. We were wrong at the start. I think we're going too slow.
No, you were wrong at the start.
The runners,
we were wrong.
Too slow. Because I ran for 35 minutes.
There's a threshold you got to get past because otherwise you just feel sick and vomity. But
no, I actually think what the zone 2 shit we were doing was almost like because
no, your zone 2 shit.
Oh, right.
I was good, bro. I was high as nuts.
No, you never said the same thing. I don't get
I was fucking peaking the all the time. I was walking around. I'm so high.
I think from an evolutionary standpoint, it's got to be like a fast enough run that it's like survival. That's the high.
The crocodile.
Because
you're chasing a 30k an hour crocodile.
Yeah, because a cheetah's coming after you and you're about to die. The endorphins are getting released. That's what you want.
Yeah.
I will say the cool thing about running, saying this from going on fucking 2 runs, is that you can just do it. You can just be at your desk and within like 2 minutes, you can just put your shoes on and run. You just go outside and you run. Like, whereas with the gym, it's like, where's my belt? Oh, my knee sleeve's washed. Okay, let's drive to the gym. Let's do your warm-ups. Let's find a rack. Whereas running, you go out, you run, you're back. It's been half an hour and you've done a session. It's like, what? Like,
I also think there's something to the discipline of going to the gym that makes you appreciate that more as well, because we've all done it for years, chum to the gym, train, whatever, all that shit. But yeah, I love that about it. Saturday morning, I woke up. I did a warm up Saturday morning, proper warm up. I did the gate fix from Alex Viada's thing.
Has your gate been fixed?
My gate has been fixed. No, I just did a few of those exercises. I'm actually do them, and it did. It felt better.
What were the exercises?
There was like a pigeon stretch with hip extension. There was a 1-legged glute bridge, 3 sets of 60-second plank hold, couch stretch. So I just did those
while the F1
we've
done it with full circle.
While the F1 was on, I was just watching. No, I just wanted to see how it felt, and I did. My legs felt a bit. It took me 10 minutes.
Proper full circle. I don't know. That is the exact warm up that we programmed for like 3 years. So many people at the start. We had the
general warm-up.
The general warm-up.
the
All you needed
influence.
was a forward lunge into a world's greatest stretch. So like that's
that's it.
just
So
the
change your life.
integration.
I just did.
your
Well,
life.
he's got different categories that you follow.
was-
so
Who
chose
was
this-
it? Goggins was correct. The psoas. Just stretch the
Psoas.
psoas. You'll be
Stretch the
right.
psoas,
Change your
yeah.
life.
it will open up parts of your soul that you never knew
Pineal
existed.
gland.
No, I heard he actually gained an inch in height. Goggins.
I should try that.
Yeah.
Stretch my
I was
size.
stretching.
Stretch your psoas. That was one of the things he said. He's like, it was
But he used to stretch for hours.
pulling on the back of his skull or something. Something was pulling, and then he'd
He used to stretch for hours.
imagine
Hours.
Goggins.
That's fucked.
We need an inversion table.
Just hang
With the
upside
boots?
down.
You'll hang
hang
upside
by the
down.
boots?
Yeah.
Get Robbo to
Um,
fix one into the ceiling.
But yeah, I agree with you with the thing, just enjoying like the focus shift. Because I was just saying, I was fucking done.
You burnt out?
I was burnt, mate, to a crisp. I was talking about with Deuce the other day because there's almost a part of me that feels guilty for like not giving. I haven't given up. I'm still training, but almost being like, oh, I've fucking did this thing for 5 years now. I'm like kind of
Chapters
pushing it
kind of,
away.
yeah.
Yeah. And the truth is, I actually don't know if I will go back to competing. I actually don't know. I'm not sure. I'm leaving it. The book. The page is unwritten.
Oh,
I'll leave it, but I'm
Old
not
guy.
actually- I said it. I think the reason I said it was I'll go back in 2024 is because I felt that guilt, like I have
Like
to
you
go
have to
back.
do that.
And then I'm like, you know what? You don't have to fucking do anything in life.
don't have to,
Yeah, whatever
exactly.
the fuck you want.
Yeah. Nice.
But I
also-
still love lifting weights. I love strength, and I like. Don't get me wrong. I still want to. It's just I just don't know if I'll go back to.
Yeah, but also just to sort of dispute what you're saying, just a little bit. You're still squatting, benching, and deadlifting.
Yes, I am.
You're still doing all these three things. You're just not doing it in the same volume. So like, there's no. That's not. That
You haven't stopped training. You haven't fallen off the wagon with training. Yeah.
I know if you keep this up, although you're not pushing it to the same volumes, you're not pushing it to the same intensities, frequencies, whatever else, you may not be gaining it at the same rate. I do think that if
that base is being built, baby.
the base is there, and
Base.
I don't think you'll detrain it as well. Like Luke
No, I
Tulloch
won't.
talk about maintenance volume, and what we've noticed from maintenance volume, you
Yeah,
can
it's
do
fuck all.
2/5 of fuck all and maintain it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know for a fact that if you did this for an entire year, you still trained, you still ate, you still did whatever, and you go, you know what, I'm going to stop running for 3 months and then just do SBD, you're still going to
fine.
be a competitive powerlifter.
No, 100%. I can
You know
still
what I
run.
mean? Like,
And if I
there's
want to
no-
do it, I can.
Because there's a difference between like falling off the wagon and not training versus I'm going to train in a bit of a different way to what I used to. And people will think, oh, Charlie's not competing. Oh, he's fallen out of love with training. It's like, no, he's just training in a different fucking way than he's trained to for the
We're doing
last 6
strong.
years.
We're doing strongman.
And also, it doesn't matter.
We need a stone.
Honestly, it does not
And
matter what
I
you
think
do.
that's the crux of it
It
is
doesn't matter. Just train.
Just train.
Yeah,
do
I
whatever,
can
do whatever it takes to train.
Jiu-jitsu.
That's it.
I can understand
Just
why
keep training.
your sort of like identity is wrapped in that because it's work, it's your hobby, you were good at it, your clients look up to you, like all of that.
as well. Like I feel like they.
You let him down, bro.
No, I haven't left.
You're not getting any more knee sleeves.
John Tran is the most chill. Like you got to remember,
John told me that other
Deuce
day.
quit the job with them to move here for this relationship, and John Tran was literally like, "You got to do what's best. Like, go do what's best." He's the most
They are
chill
great people.
and because I think he had a similar situation like that as well, where you know you just got to you got to do what's best for you, and like so. No, I would have no hesitation. Like John Tran was literally like to me the other day. He's like, he's just doing Muay Thai now because that's the only way he can train. With his daughter and stuff, like he's like, I just can't train, so he's going to do Muay Thai 2-3 times.
Muay Thai.
Hey, what's a tie you can wear with no shirt?
Muay.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. But what I was saying is I was chatting to Deuce about it because she still is so driven with it, and then so I see her and I'm like, oh, but then she goes, I'm the anomaly. She goes, me, Matt Bartholomew, Alex Hayes, who like.
I've been doing it for that long and
6
continue
years
to do
plus,
it.
like
Yeah.
they're the anomaly. They're actually the anomaly because we've seen it the cycle 2 years and they drop
Mate, we
off.
are the cycle.
No, but there's a smaller cycle.
definitely a
So
smaller
I did
cycle.
5 years of consistent.
We are the
Yeah.
mesocycle of falling out of powerlifting.
But there's a 2
3
year
to 5
cycle.
years. Go hard, and then fall
Oh,
off.
so Jim is done.
Yeah, that's it.
No, we're not. We've shifted. We've evolved. We've shifted into fifth
We're
gear.
another statistic.
We're another-
Powerlifting.
No, I think when we look at training as a big fucking circle, powerlifting is this little dot, and we're just getting out of the dot and starting to explore other ideas.
Yeah.
Strength
That was
and
very profound.
conditioning.
Strength and conditioning.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the old C. Yeah,
the old
absolutely.
Triathlons.
So what I will say here, we're gonna wrap this little hybrid chat up to start.
We got to talk about the
finish.
triathlon.
Yeah, we will. No, but what I'm saying is, if you're interested in push, pull, run, there's
Bit of
probably
time.
2 weeks left if you want to get on board with the full coaching package and program. That will be the first link or the second link down below. Or you can DM one of the coaches specifically if you want to get involved. It looks like we're going to hopefully get around 30 people for the first one, which I think is going to be a fucking huge G up.
Yeah.
The event is on June 17th.
Get on the beers.
You can also sign up to the app if you want to do that for a slightly cheaper version of the programming side of things. You can modify some of the programs, and Charlie has written a 10-week running program that's available on the app. They're the sort of the 2 options to get involved. So,
social beers after.
and there will definitely be some social beers afterwards. We've got to be doing more.
We're going to earn them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
So,
fucking earning the fuck.
Yeah, so many bees are going to be in.
yeah, that one will just be at a pub for sure. But let's talk about the triathlon. Boys, you did the triathlon. It's done. How'd you go?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I think also that was the further reason of me going, I think I'm done with powerlifting because I did the try and I was like,
Was that the
fuck,
demon coming up?
The-
No, demon. I just enjoyed it. I was like, I really enjoyed it. I liked the thing, rocking up, beach, fucking where do
the
you
whole
want?
spectacle.
It was just fun. But I enjoyed the training too.
Just everything about it, except for swimming. I hate swimming so much.
I like swimming in the ocean.
Oh, I hate it. I thought I had a panic attack.
Yeah, I was going to say we need to talk about the
Mate.
panic attack.
Oh,
you were
yeah.
getting stuck into
Yeah,
Charles.
stuck into me. I was mentally
No,
prepared.
I got
Demons.
stuck into you. I said
Show
I'd
him an
say it on the
apology.
podcast. I'm sorry.
Gave me an apology, dog.
I didn't read too much into the demon, and the demon came out and got me. It got me right in the chest.
I know because when we did that swim at Chelsea, that big one on that last week, there was a flicker of like, because I just had this thought from home, like I'm 200 meters offshore, deep. There's no lifesavers out here.
Man.
It's either I drown or I get back to shore. And I was like, but I just had to calm myself and fucking get back.
See, that swim did nothing for me. I think it was just like the whole day is like weeks have built up to this. Like there's people everywhere, the anticipation, just the waiting of it all. And like Marcus and I are at the front, we're just like ready to go. And then I had the wetsuit, I'm swimming out there. I'm like, Jesus, this swim is way harder than
hard.
I remember in all my sessions in the pool.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared enough for it. That was
We're going to
for
ocean
sure.
swim next time.
And I'm like swimming. I swallowed a bit of water and I'm like popping my head up to burp every 2 minutes and like pull at my chest because I'm like, this wetsuit's too tight. And I've had a no. I
heavy.
thought it was too tight.
the
And then I
demons.
finished after. One of the boys was talking about how he actually had a panic attack in the water, like a mild one, and like was treading water. I'm like, oh, I've had a few panic attacks in my time back in the day, you know what I mean? And I'm like pulling on this thing and I'm like, I was having a low level panic attack.
Anxiety.
And it was just anxiety like on my chest. It felt like standing on my chest in the water. Still like swimming. the
Because you
whole
couldn't
time.
breathe? Because you were swallowing water? Or there was
I
too
was
much
swallowing
shit
water.
going on?
Like I'd smacked a whole bunch of caffeine before. Anticipation of the day. Like there was just a
G up.
I was just G'd up, and then I finished it. I was happy with my time. It was actually quicker than what I was doing in the pool. And man, I got out of the water, and the transition, the run from the beach to the bike. I'm like, I'm done. That shunting got me. The transition from horizontal to vertical, I'm like, I'm dizzy and shit. I'm running. I'm like, I actually think I'm ruined for the entire day.
Wait, what do you
I'm having to
mean?
recover.
As in like blood shunting?
Blood shunting?
Is that actually happen when you come out of the swim?
Yeah, because you're horizontal. You're swimming
And all
horizontally.
your upper body's filled with blood.
Yeah, exactly. And then you go from there
To vertical.
to vertical, and it's a common thing. So they talk about not just a brick for cycling to run. You should practice the swim
gotta
into cycles or swim into the run.
Transitions.
Well, I
That
think we just
transition.
need to practice. I want to get a wetsuit.
What you got to do is you got to do like surfing push-ups. Like you got to burpees are back.
Oh,
You
man.
got to be
No.
horizontal,
All-
and then you push yourself up to
All we're
vertical.
going to do is swim in the ocean, get out, and then just run along the beach.
So as stretch into burpees is the new A1, A2.
No, we're gonna get out. We're gonna next year. We'll do more swimming in the ocean for sure. Wetsuit. I'm gonna buy a wetsuit because we're gonna do 2 tries next year anyway. So buy a wetty, swim in the ocean, and then just run along the beach, just to get used to like run a couple hundred meters. Because the other thing is the transition from the water to the bike is like 300-400 meters. It's not like it's not just on the you get out and the bike's there.
Sneaky volume.
So yeah, sneaky. They get you.
They get you with that sneaky
You're running
volume.
and you're like, oh my god, I'm fucking dizzy.
Yeah.
You saw those photos.
You came out.
You look like the
I make myself laugh sometimes with the song choices on my stories, but you were coming out as the Terminator.
Yeah.
Or no, you were Jaws coming out, and then you were the Terminator because you've come out and you look brain dead. You were just like,
You look like you've been through some shit.
like your eyes. And you know how we some people have those like twisted faces where like one eye is lower, the mouth is like they've literally got a twist.
I was like
you came
hollow
out,
here. It was like death through
You
there.
came out with a twisted face, man. You were like,
It was all the blood.
Twisted and down.
yeah.
Cerebral palsy? Is that
No,
what
the
you're saying?
you know how some
Bell's
people
palsy.
structure. No, not that. No, some people have a structured twist in their face. You'll notice it now.
PRI.
One eye is lower than the
That's
other.
about it,
It's PRI. It's cranial torsion.
Yeah, they look twisted.
Bit of torsion
The
in
maxillary
ocean.
bone, the way the maxillary bone, which is like the main bone of the face, is like one side's lower than the other. It's like a twisted face. You had a twisted face when you came out.
Cranium
But in
torsion.
saying that,
Cranial
I also
torsion,
had
mate.
the same thought as Buzz. I was doing the transition to the bike. I was like, how the fuck am I going to ride the bike now?
That's
but
what-
surprisingly, once you dig on the bike, within a couple Ks, you're
training.
Like, you're pretty like. I felt pretty good.
That's what Greco said. He said he got out of the water and he was like, fuck, I've got like another hour left of this race. How the fuck am I going to do this? Like my heart rate was like 170 or something.
Hey, he's a good swimmer.
It's funny because
He killed it. This
And
did
he's
everything.
jacked.
Yeah.
Lukey
He killed
works
it.
with
Marcus killed it.
He did very, 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 very well. Lukey works with a lady that did it as well, Nicole, I believe her name was, and she said she actually predicted that. She goes, they're all going to come out, all the first timers, out of the water, fucked. Like heart rate through the roof, feeling fucked.
The RPE, I did not push that swim. I did
Man,
not.
I was breaststroking.
Bro, I was doing.
Survival stroke.
I was doing. I
I couldn't freestyle, I kept turning. And then people were hitting you. I like,
Yeah, it's a twisted face.
That's why
Man.
you're too far to one side.
It's just pushing you in one direction.
Man, I was swimming like 12 meters at a time. Honestly, 12 meters. I'd
Yeah,
stroke a
head
bit.
pop up,
I'd
have
pop
a look
up. I'd
around.
see Jarrell, one of the boys near me. I'm like, all right, if I'm in line with him for the swim, I'm fine. And he was swimming the whole time. I was just like, stroke hard for 10 meters. Just look, I'm sweet. Anyway, the transition between like treading water back into freestyle was like a breaststroke kick for me.
Yeah.
I did like a couple easy ones. I remember I did like 2 easy ones, and this third one I just snapped and I kicked someone right in the face. And I'm like, don't look back, just keep going. But it was a hard kick.
it's all fair.
It was a
it's all
hard
fair out
kick.
there. It's all fair out there.
Jesus.
What is it? What's the front like heel? Like you fuck.
Just a front kick.
It's,
yeah, just a front kick.
You get
Yeah,
very
that was a-
disorientated in the water though. There's so many people that like the lifeguards have to push back because you're freestyling and you kind of just veer off. Because heaps of people were doing that. So breaststroke was almost easier because you could just see where you're going. You could see all the people, and I don't know. I feel very calm when I breaststroke. That's why it's a survival stroke.
Yeah. And then how about the run? So you come off the bike. You've just done what, 30 something Ks?
20. It was 26.7. The bike was mad. Bike was like, I
Bike's
actually
the
really
easiest.
enjoyed the bike, and I felt I could nudge it way harder.
It's the easiest leg, I reckon.
Yeah. The transition though, so the transitions at my house, so we had a crew of like 8-9 of us.
Dog shit.
Dog shit transitions. We would get off the bike, we'd come into my house, boys are pouring Gatorades, we're talking shit for 15 minutes. Everyone's like, oh, I can't be bothered doing this run. So it'd be about a 15-minute transition where everyone's like,
Oh, these are the bricks.
these are the brick sessions.
this is
Saturday
what
morning.
was
So we
actually
didn't know
going
this was
on in
happening
the
at the
brick.
bricks. You guys talk about these bricks. There's a fucking rest in the
No,
middle
we
there.
didn't.
Hey, 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 we didn't talk about transitions at all on the brick. We
So I was
spoke about
thinking-
the volume.
I was thinking bike into run, your bike, and then you're running straight away.
Yeah, we didn't,
No, it was,
we didn't
but it was just a
specify
15
nothing.
What other fucking secrets you boys keeping here?
You've got 8 people.
I think me and Gerald knocked back a beer once in between.
You've got they were 10, 15 minutes, but it was just 8 people.
15, 20.
Get the bikes inside, fucking get changed, put the runners on. Oh, this guy wants a lolly. This guy's taking a piss. By the time you go, 10 minutes is gone.
It took a while, but nowhere did we specify. I didn't lie to anyone.
You just didn't mention it.
We didn't mention the transitions. We always went in with best intentions. I would always go, guys, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. But it would always
teacher boys.
It would always be me that's last out the door. Anyway, the transition from the bike, actually pushing the bike very hard into the run. First K, I was like, all right, you just got to calm down here. Like, that was heavy legs. They were the heaviest my legs have been.
They were heavy. Honestly, the only thought I had, because I had one proper goal going into it, was to do this thing continuous without stopping to walk once. And then I was like, just roughly, I was like, I'll throw a sub 2 hour, which I did easily. I got 1:53, which I'm fine with. These guys did it like 15, 20 minutes quicker. That's fine. That was my goals. Smashed them. So that's all I had in my head was I was running and I felt fucked. And I was just like, don't stop. Literally, that was the one thing I just kept repeating. Just don't stop. Just don't stop. Just keep the legs going. But I actually ran, for me, a pretty good pace. But there is a bit more of adrenaline.
I was going to say, do you guys think you've got more, like, if you had to do it again this weekend, would you attack it differently? Like the actual, just the event?
Transition maybe.
The transitions,
a bit quicker. I made a mistake. I left my shoes tied up, so I wouldn't do that again. But that's just little things that you just don't think about because it's your first time doing it.
Little brain fart.
But I'd get out of the elastic laces. So just
That was it. But yeah,
slip them on.
transition for I'll probably take less stimulants beforehand.
I feel like that's a good idea.
That's probably the number one thing.
Took 4 no-dos.
Yeah,
But I felt fine.
I was charging.
I think for me it's good. I actually
Charlie can tolerate
Nah,
it.
it was a bit much for me.
I felt fine.
Do you reckon you came out feeling more efficient because your hands were cooled from the swim?
Oh yeah, my hands were so cool.
Hands are cooled, yeah.
Force output was up.
That was the worst I've felt training for a bit. But no, I wouldn't change anything. The pacing on the bike was fantastic. The run, I felt like I was in rhythm. Like I was trying to negative splits, and that each K was like progressively faster for me.
Oh wow.
What was your run average pace? Do you remember?
On my watch, it said it was like 4:55 or something. I wanted to get a 25-minute run.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I think I just started at a different point. I just wanted on my watch. I just got that 5K.
I was 6:20.
That was the goal that I had for it. So I feel like rhythm-wise on the bike and then the run, it was spot on. And it makes sense because in my life, I've had the most experience of those two as opposed to ocean swimming. So it was good. I don't think I'd change anything. Training, definitely a few things. Probably not change like entirely, little tweaks here and there. I'm looking forward to the rest of the year of training just for more opportunity for base building. Like there's just something to just that structural endurance development from doing just zone 2 shit. And we haven't had that much of an opportunity to really build that bank. Because cardiovascular adaptations are drawn out.
Months.
It's a long time.
And is that going to...
It's a long time.
For you, is that mainly going to... Obviously, with push pull run, you're running now. But like over the yearly plan, is that mainly going to be running that you're going to try build that zone 2 base, or what's the plan?
For me, yeah, because we want to do the half marathon in October. And yeah, that's probably it. I think that, and then it's just like for us, so probably the biggest thing, and for people that are focusing on lifting, maybe not all zone 2 from running, so maybe cycling a little bit more. But I think for now, just while running is a priority, is just build up zone 2.
I've got the Ollie George gave me a Wahoo kicker.
And you're full triathlete now.
It's the bike stand, so I can cycle stationary. Just because on Saturday, I want it to be like my long zone 2 day, and I just can't run 90 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes yet. So like I could do 40, 45.
Is that because of your attitude?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but no. I reckon I could. Wait, we're talking. Actually, I saw Lewis Phillips put up a thing that he said most 10K. I could do a 10K easy.
I want to be the Greek Louis Phillips.
Who is Louis? Oh, Louis. Yeah. I thought it was like, yeah, no. Louis
Phillips
is a monster.
He's the running guy now.
I reckon we could get him in push pull run.
A bit warm?
Yeah, fucking throw him in.
Yeah, although he's playing footy now.
No, I doubt it.
Put him up. So I got the bike. So my plan is on Saturdays, run first and then come home and finish on the bike to accumulate like 90 minutes of actual zone 2 work. So it might be another 30, 40 minutes on the bike. Because I just don't want to kit up and go. I don't want to kit up and go out for 30 minutes on the bike. Like, it's a pain in the ass. You got to get out in traffic light. It's like, by the time, it's just like I could quickly jump on.
Yeah, especially in the afternoon where there's more cars on the road. And shit.
I just feel if we're doing like next, when we start training next, and we're doing 2-hour rides, you get outside. But I've also seen people do it on that stationary thing. They just sit there for 3 hours.
Can you get a Peloton sort of like thing? And they
apparently Zwift is the thing.
Yeah, Zwift. All the pros go on Zwift as well. They've got they do like Ironman and shit. Not
you can
Ironman,
do
but
hills.
they do like
that's what I mean. Like you can,
$20 a month. I think it's paid. Ollie George uses it. He sits on. He just sits on there.
Man, it's sick. I want to get one.
Get one. They're actually
Ollie George or Ollie Stokes?
George.
Oh, really?
He's a cycler now. Yeah.
He's doing push. Man, he's gone.
Man, his gym's changed. His gym is.
Our best powerlifter is now a fucking
run.
cyclist.
He's doing around the Bay in a day. He cycles like 3 times a week.
Can he run? Because he'd be close.
He started. He did his VT1. He's similar to me. He's like maybe a little bit slower than but he'll build that. He hasn't been running, so
too heavy.
He'll be. He's good. He's pretty good on the bike. He was clocking out like 180K rides and shit.
Yeah, if it was squat and bench, he'd be right.
We'll throw a fourth one in there.
Squat.
Max output on the bike.
Oh, but he's got a decent deadlift. He's pulled like fucking 300.
No, sorry. If it was dead and squats, so
dead and squat, he'd be
he's
over.
150. He can
maybe. Ollie George.
I just don't know with his run because we've just started. Yeah, like we'll see what he's running.
All right.
But he,
Everyone wants to feel healthy again.
Feel healthy. I think
feel healthy for the first time, not again.
The bike, the Wahoo. I don't know. It's Wahoo just sounds like a surf.
Isn't Wahoo
those things?
little balls?
those beach toys. Yeah,
they're called wabobbas.
Wababa.
No, there's Wahoo
That's
the
a
brand. Remember the floral balls? The
Oh,
and shit?
yeah. W-A.
Spelt
from like Clark Rubber or something.
Yeah,
Spelt
this is
different.
Wahoo
Anyone?
with a double O. They've got
Anyone?
GPSs as well.
Yeah.
What's-
Inside, yeah.
What's the in-betweeners quote where I just remember they're in the car and they're driving home from somewhere and someone's looking out the window. He's like, oh, wop. And he's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck did you just say?
That was Neil. It was like, what the fuck did you just say? I love that show.
Fucking hilarious show.
the-
Wop, 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 wop.
the kicker though. That was my point. In winter, getting out and fucking
Sounds soft as, bro.
Huh?
Sounds soft as, bro.
Mate, just get on the bike, man. Come on.
Sounds soft
I'm
as,
soft.
bro.
I just did a fucking triathlon. I just bought a Wahoo kicker. It's my fucking weapon.
You're a triathlete.
I'm a triathlete.
A soft one.
Dids, how are you going to tackle? How are you going to tackle doing?
You're not even going to get out and ride. You
You just interrupted this. Yeah, you interrupted this bloke. All right. Yeah,
You're soft and you interrupt
You can't run for half an hour, mate. I run 2 hours, brother. You need to supplement your running with the
You
bike.
haven't run for 2 hours.
I've been running.
You did 2 hours?
Let me tell you this.
I've been
Seven and a half K.
running
Back in the
2 hours.
I ran 2-3 hours.
You ran 7.5K the other day.
Yeah, and that was a piece of piss, mate.
You haven't done 2 hours. When you do 2 hours, come talk to me.
Yeah, well, shut your mouth.
Shut him out. Dids, how are you going to tackle push pull run into a comp now?
I don't think much needs to change. For the lifting, I'm going to be 3 weeks out, so I'm already going to be lifting heavy. So for the day, I'll just make it my heavy bench and deadlift for the week. If it's usually another day, I'll just do it on...
Are you going to max out?
I probably won't max out. I'll probably hit like RPE 8s to 9s.
9.
Bench,
10.
I'm happy to push.
0.5.
Second
Bench, I'll push to
What do
fucking
you come in
whatever.
and try and pull 300 kilos?
Second attempt. I want to see
If I could pull 300 3 weeks out, I'll be
Are
like,
you going to aim for 300 at this comp?
probably not happening.
wanna
I'm
see
doing
the dog.
nationals in October. That's where we're
I
having.
want to see the dog face.
But bench, I'll max it. But deadlift, I don't want to fuck myself too hard. I'll still pull something. I'll pull an 8 to a 9, but I don't want to like fail a deadlift or like proper hit a 10. I've got a decent deadlift. I won't need to hit an up here 10. I'm going to run. Fuck, the lifting's fine. The lifting will be good.
Yeah,
I need to run.
you got a lot of,
If I make a bit of lifting progress, I'm good. I just need to be decent at the run. But it's all new for me. I've got no like, you know, context. I'm like, oh, I did 400 meters, 5-minute pace. It's probably not that good. I don't know how bad it is. I'm just giving it a crack. You know, fucking
Just do
learning
shit.
as we go. Just do
It's
shit.
shit.
That's
Honestly,
the
just
thing.
do shit.
I feel like that's the crux.
Yeah,
of
just
it. That's
gotta
why I
do
did the
shit.
10-minute run last night. I was just like, I'm just going to do this.
And
Just
that's
do
the
shit.
thing. Like,
If
if
you're
I
untrained, if everyone
do shit.
untrained and just wigging out, like, oh, did I deviate from zone 2? Just run.
Yeah.
Just run. Doesn't matter.
And none of our running, none of my running was in zone 2 throughout the whole. Like my heart rate would 180 on those brick sessions.
Yeah.
Like it's just
for sure. I'm just going to
That's why
try and
all those beers you were having in the transition.
My
too
thought
many
process
beers,
mate.
is
10
if
a.m.
I can maintain the duration of time running per week, just if let's say I run a total of 2Ks. If I can do that or more, and then at least, and then maybe obviously increase the speed as we go. But as long as I'm getting that kind of
Just run.
decent amount of work in,
Then run more.
then run more. That's
Yeah.
it.
and then Bulls can tell you you're a shit.
Huh? That's not nice.
Bro, I'm not the one who's fucking cycling indoors, man. Come on.
Come on, bro. He's not cycling.
He's doing
fucking on the air bike last night.
I was on the air bike yesterday. I was on the air bike.
Next thing, Charlie's. Do you reckon we can get a spin bike in here?
Nah,
that's what I did, though, 'cause,
I want to keep it separate from work.
I want
I
to.
actually don't like doing cardio here.
Fair.
Too many people talk to you.
Oh my god. You have
Fragile.
so
Mate.
many, you are so fragile.
No, I'm not fragile.
Full. We've been saying it
I'm
for
not
months.
fragile. I don't like fucking people talking while I'm doing cardio. I want to just be in the zone and do my fucking
just
thing.
get
Wait, zone 2?
Huh?
Get headphones.
Man, people talk through the headphones.
I'm just like,
Get bigger headphones.
Get bigger headphones. Just
yeah,
put a bubble around me.
with the cardio thing. So
Just wear a helmet.
Put the bike in the
No,
change
no.
room.
I'll tell you another reason why. No, I'll tell you another reason why you can't have a stationary bike here. If you plan to, someone's on it. You can't kick someone off. Hey, get off. I'm a triathlete.
it's rare that
Charlie's
both bikes are in
bike.
use though. We have two bikes. I don't think I've ever seen both
people
bikes.
use them.
Nah,
People use them.
they get
People
used.
get used.
But anyway, what I'm
Everyone
going
knows
to
like
say
they're
is
5 minutes before the
5 minutes here. But if you're already on there, tough titties.
reserve sign.
So I'm doing my squats today. I'm going to run tonight. Do it on the same day. Learned that from
Consolidate.
the
Stress is stress.
Consolidate your finances, consolidate your training stresses.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I
Portfolios.
wanted to do something. I had a bit of time. So instead of running back-to-back days,
Running.
I got on the instead of running back-to-back days, I pulled a Charlie and I got on the stationary bike. And in the spirit of do more, I'd usually been keeping it like 20 minutes. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going for 30 minutes. And
Nice.
So maybe my heart rate wasn't always in that. I'm like, I'm just going to do 30 minutes. I'm just going to accumulate 30 minutes. I duck down to 100 BPMs sometimes. Sometimes I'd go harder just to keep it interesting.
Nice.
I find a consistent pace. I get
brother,
bored as
just call it
fuck.
fartlek, slap it on.
really
You're
do?
You're
I
done.
don't like the
Leg
idea.
is like some
bit of speed play, brother.
some periods
You're
I'll
Swedish.
just go hard, then I'll come down, arms only, legs only. But it's good.
I don't like the air bike.
Fartlek training's back.
That's it. Just need ground
I
contact.
even
remember
if
the
I-
most important thing with fartlek training was that it wasn't structured.
Yeah.
That was the big thing when they examined you and quizzed you at school
Yeah, it's not
in
structured.
uni. If you're structuring the training, it's not fartlek. Fartlek is random.
Yeah.
Well, that's my
Speed play.
air bike. I
But
go
there's
140.
fartlek sessions that are structured.
Yeah, well,
Unstructured
Dramas.
structure.
Too many dramas.
It's you do like 4 kilometer run and just surges of like
yeah.
Of
Like
part-
I'm going to run to that pole and then
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Surge is a mad word. Love surge.
surge. I've decided since I've started running, I don't like I can't do the air bike anymore.
It's boring.
It's boring
It is
as I'm like I'd much like 30 minutes running compared to 30 minutes on the air bike. Completely two different experiences.
Yeah, because I can't even accumulate 5 minutes on the air bike
get
without
so
just being
bored.
like, what am I doing here?
No, you have to sprint on the air bike.
That's what I think.
Zone 2 on the air bike sucks.
I throw sprints. I'll sprint randomly for like 30 seconds, and then I'll chill for 2 minutes. And I'll sprint again, and then I'll
Way
chill
better.
for 2 minutes. Like you
Way
can't
better.
consistent pace.
Do you
is
ever do
fucked.
just like a movement circuit?
I
hit that, then get off and do 20 push-ups.
I could do that. I haven't. If I could like throw like some ab work in there, but generally I'm like no.
Like a med ball. Just go out in the lane one.
Just keep your heart rate up.
I love
Because
flinging the
whole-
med balls at
The
the
whole
moment.
point of it is just get your heart rate up for a
is
period
fun.
of time.
Yeah, but that's good for like central adaptation. So what's going on systemically? Cardiovascular, this, that, cardiopulmonary, all the shit.
All big words, yeah.
Oh yeah. I was just throwing them out there, trying to sound smarter than that. All the stuff inside you that pumps the blood to places, like that's good. But for running,
Atriums.
yeah, nice.
Ventricles.
arterioles, and that.
Capillaries.
Anterior venous and that. Stroke volumes, cardiac output. Anywho, you want limbs for running. It needs to be limb specific as well because there's peripheral adaptations. You
So
need
you gotta
ground
be-
contact.
You're better off doing if you are going to use an alternative modality, bike or air bike, where you're
Actually,
using
you're working
lower
your legs.
limbs is better than circuit or using up because it's a little bit more specific.
Because
You
we need
want
to
that as a supplement.
Yeah.
You want that. You want the other shit where there's no ground contact. If we're talking about running and training for running, specifically running, you want to try and supplement. You want to try and supplement it. So it's like, all right, I'm trying to get more cardiovascular work. I'll do that with an alternative modality, but the bulk of it should be running.
I think
and then
for-
it's like,
Mate, you said it wrong.
you can't.
I think for me, I'm doing 2, maybe 3 cardio sessions a week. I can do 1 to 2 runs and then maybe an air bike.
Yeah,
on top of
exactly.
it.
That's perfect.
But
If
if I do 2, it'll be 2 runs. But if
Yeah.
I happen to do a third, like I've got a Monday evening where I've got nothing to do, I'll just do a bike.
Right.
I want to transition this talk to.
Nice.
I want to recap our time with Luke Tulloch. Obviously, you weren't in the pod. Have you listened to the poddy?
I've not listened to the poddy.
Great poddy
Is it all
episode.
right?
If
Good
you
one, yeah.
haven't-
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was good.
If you haven't listened to the poddy, I'd highly recommend it. Episode number 72 is the previous one, uploaded on Tuesday. But obviously, we got to sit in on some of his seminars. And one of the important things, sneaking on the hybrid chat here, he said that there is research that shows that the capillarization that you get from cardio work actually potentiates strength gains.
So what you're saying is
No, hypertrophy gains. So you boys are going to get jacked.
Yeah,
so why CrossFitters are jacked. It's the answer.
And also probably the PEDs.
Heads.
The PEDs.
The PEDs.
Performance enhancing drugs, or as Liver King likes to call them,
It's the liver.
perform, execute, dominate the day.
Is that actually a
PEDs.
thing?
That's what Liver King
I hate
said.
him so much.
That's what
I hate him so
He's
much.
still so fucking shredded. Holy
He's still on the
shit.
gear.
He's just on less gear.
Dosed down.
He never got off it. What did he say he was getting off
No,
it?
he said he was just dropping down to. But this is the thing.
TRT dose?
Yeah, no, this
Yeah.
is the thing. These guys say this shit. They're like, yeah, I had a blood test and I had low free test or whatever. And then they're like, yeah, I'm just re-supplementing back up to where I naturally should have been.
Man, I've talked to some massive bodybuilders, like lean, fucking above 90 kilos, shorter than me. Like, oh no, bro, I'm just supplementing, my natural levels. I'm like, bro, say you're doing steroids, man. You're not doing TRT. You're fucking 29 years old. You're just on drugs. Come on, man. Like, stop making it about health, bro. It's
It's the go-to now. It's definitely the go-to.
like, just if you want to be on shit, just be on shit. Like, don't pretend it's because you're 50 and you got like low energy levels or libido and shit.
I haven't had an erection for 5 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
man.
So apparently, so he is still on peds. But he is also still
Eating liver.
performing, executing, and destroying the day.
Yuck.
I hate him so much. I hate him. I feel like it's way better if you just lean into it.
See, I think I've never
I'm
really
stacking this, that, and the rest.
100%.
I'm on this. I feel like that's the
Like Larry Reels will tell you exact stack that he's been on since he's 16.
He's on TRT now,
But he's on
Now he's on
TRT
TRT,
too.
that's the thing, yeah.
What's
We're
that?
all on TRT.
What, like, how much testosterone would he need to be functioning as a normal human being?
Because surely their
Surely a lot,
TRT
because
is
he
the upper
plummeted.
threshold of what normal. They're not sitting around the mid to low threshold.
They're on like my level, our level.
So I don't know
fucking
enough
low
about
test.
all the,
Yeah, you're low
that
test.
shit, but like, surely for him to get off all that gear
He actually need to be on a lot
to continue functioning as a normal human being, you'd need a shitload of
because his nuts
gear.
don't work anymore.
Yeah, or whatever the fuck.
Gonads.
I don't
Hey,
know.
your test levels are dropping.
Gonads. I got no test.
You would say that.
Yeah, I got no test. I got no test. Yeah, it's rich coming from the guy on his Wahoo kicker.
I'm low test as.
Yeah. We should get on
low
it.
test.
I'm gonna stop doing the air bike and run because it's high test.
Yeah, air bikes.
Run in the
low
rain.
test.
Running's low test. as.
Zone 2 on air bike, low test. Sprints on air bike.
What's zone
high
2
test.
indoors on air bike?
That's super.
On-
That's get on
kicker.
TRT ASAP.
I would say going on the
some eggs.
Wahoo kicker would be higher tests because it's so boring.
Yeah, but if you're on Zwift, you've got
But you can watch TV, can't you?
Yeah, if I'm fucking Lance Armstrong, yeah.
You got the
can.
Zwift.
Can you please do a Tour de France stage on the
On
Wahoo
Zwift,
kicker?
man, they're long.
Yeah, do one.
They are long.
thought you're high test,
we've
man.
never climbed. We've never done a climb on a bike.
The most climbs I've done is Frankston South. and
That's not a hill.
that's not a hill.
That's a speed bump.
Apparently there's some good ones down there. The actual hills that go for like.
Oliver's Hill.
No,
is that
not
what it's
Oliver's.
called?
Like
yeah,
over,
your dad said that was a speed bump.
over
We almost died. Some of the
Speaking
boys
of my
didn't
old
make it up
man,
that fucking
my
hill.
old
Over
man
Paul Road.
sliced his head open yesterday.
What?
Full sliced it open. He slipped on a. He was doing some construction work for my sister, and he slipped on this like bag thing that was protecting the floor, and he slid his head down the door frame and like full gashed his head open. So he's not going to be doing any work here for a while. So
Jeez.
yeah, he's in hospital.
Stitches?
So, yeah, full blown. Yeah,
All right.
Rob Dog.
yeah, he's sliced it open. But yeah, if he thinks it's a hill, it's not a hill then.
What's the bet
Yeah,
that when
yeah,
you rang him up, it's like, oh, I'm all right.
I'm all right. Yeah.
If he thinks
I'll
it's
tell you a
hill-
funny story about my old man. This
Wait,
is like
you're saying
typical.
if he doesn't think it's a hill, it's not a hill.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a speed bump.
If he thinks it's
That's
a
a
speed
bump in
bump,
the
it's a
road.
speed bump. Here's another fun story about Rob Smith. Because is this just like, I don't know, are your dads like this where they just like internalize like struggle?
Yeah.
He got hit by a car once on the bike and he came home and his bike was fucked and he had to put it to the shop. He was limping around and he's like, don't tell mum. And I'm like, why can't, he's like, she doesn't want me riding the bike, just don't tell mum. I'm like, I looked him in the eye, I'm like, all right, I won't tell mum. And then like a month went past, I'm like, did you ever tell mum you got hit by a fucking car? And he's like, nah, never bring it up. I'm like, all right, like, is this
Did
just
Loris
like,
ever find out?
I don't know. She probably find out when she
Probably
listens
find out
to
right
this.
now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Loris.
No, this was years ago.
Boomers.
He got hit on Warrigal Road by someone coming off Warrigal Road.
Oh my god!
Hit him like full blown, like smashed his bike and everything. And he's like, "Do not tell mum." Like, is this just like a boomer male thing?
There's definitely a thing there. Just, yeah.
Definitely a bit more boomery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not talking about like getting hit by a car. I feel like men as a whole like don't talk about shit. Oh, I just exploded.
I reckon.
That's my. I just bottle.
You bottled for 20.
I bottle shit up, and
you're
then
an idiot. You're an idiot. Always the same fucking just.
it's not a nice way.
It's the same 2 month cycle. With
That's
you.
not a nice way to talk about my mental health, bro.
No,
You're
you're man. I'm always the one that's there, fucking listening to you,
bro. You're a dog.
Open arms.
Listen, you were telling me you're an idiot.
I'm a Wahoo kicker.
Wahoo kicker, listening to your feelings.
If you're a real mate, you give me a Wahoo kicker.
Nah, fuck you.
It's alright. I got a high test anyway.
Yeah,
Don't
right
need
outdoors. But it's changed, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well,
It's changing and
more
has
now.
changed. Yeah.
Bill Burr has a good joke about it. He's like, you just bottle it up, keep jar up your emotions, bottle it up,
That's it, mate.
store it down, push it down.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Bill Burr, he knows what's going on.
Fucking.
Bill Burr.
100%.
It's the government's fault.
It's always the government.
It's the government's fault.
They're trying to control us.
What are we training today, boys? Because we're doing a training vlog.
Heart.
Squat bench and then some running later on.
Squat, bench, running,
I got bench deads and some chalk shit.
bench deads.
Squats, deads.
All right.
That's
Fair bit of
and
everything.
then some.
What are you doing?
And then some running.
I'm doing 3x4 bench and
Yeah,
deads. I superset them for time efficiencies.
I supersetted some squat and bench lately, recently. It can be done.
Absolutely.
It's
can be
really
done.
not that hard.
Another thing that Luke Tullochs said.
Hybrid
just do it.
athletes, bro.
I might be getting on EPO, legal EPO too.
Oh, hang on. Hang
we
on.
wrap the podcast.
You can't be doing push-pull run on EPO. There's no
No,
fucking
legal,
chance.
mate, legal
of
from
doing- No.
I said it. I want push pull run to be the pro raw of hybrid events. Anything can happen.
No
Gear
testing.
up, whatever you want. Get on the gas if you want. It's untested.
No rules.
No rules.
It's actually, I got to potentially see a hematologist.
Yeah, Charlie's low test.
I'm low test.
So that's your problem.
I'm low test.
You're low blood, red
Low
blood
test.
cell.
Yeah, no, it's the fucking
Hematocrat. Your hematocrat's
gene.
low.
I'm a hematocrat. No, I actually might. But because I spoke to my hundi about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
Are you actually getting EPO?
No, so it's no. I potentially, he said potentially you could be eligible for a blood transfusion every 6 months. So getting more gangster blood into my
More red
body.
blood.
better blood.
More red
More
blood
high
cells. 'Cause
test.
My red blood cells.
That
is low
6 month
test.
transfusion is
Low
not a
test.
weekly pin in the ass, is it?
My red blood cells are low test. No, my red blood cells, the way they are shaped, because they're thalassemia minor, they carry their
Say that again.
thalassemia minor.
Minor.
It's called
Minor.
Cypriot disease.
It's called dirty
His red blood cells.
They need a siesta.
My
They need a
dad, speaking
siesta.
of dads, my dad gave it to me, and my brother's got it too. But the way
Is this why you sleep a lot?
no, I've thought about it. I actually asked me, he knew that. I said, well, because he said there's
always
two
tired.
options.
And why is my cup always full?
Because I'm low test. That's low test. Low test. I just fucking.
Because you're Cypriot.
You know what it is? I just can't be fucked. But then when I need to be, I can be fucked. Because when I need to be, I can be fucked.
So why can't you be fucked though?
There's surges of can be fucked.
It's
Low
the
test.
thalassemia
Low
minor.
test.
No, I'm just saying it could
It's that Cypriot blood.
it could help.
Imagine you get this blood
So
transfusion.
hang on.
and
So
just-
are you getting a transfusion or are you getting EPO?
No, not EPO. It's like we were joking because because isn't EPO the blood doping? They pull the blood and then they put it
And
back
they let
in.
it restore and then they put it back in.
No, I would
I
be
think
getting
that's what it is, isn't it?
a blood transfusion. Is you're getting someone who's compatible with you, their blood in your body. The hemoglobin will be better at carrying oxygen because mine are low test.
Yours
and
are a
they
bit
don't
busted.
carry-
Just tell them before they put the good blood in, take some of your out, EPO it, and then fucking put it back in.
So
Whilst you're at it.
it's it. But no, I had a blood test done to see if I was low test, and I am. No, I'm not. I just had a blood test to see, and then my Hindu actually rang me. And
You had a
said-
blood test to see why you can't be fucked.
I had a blood
And it's
test.
not the test.
But my iron's good because he said that potentially some. But we tested for the iron and the thalassemia minor. It's definitely thalassemia minor, which I knew I had anyway. But there are some stuff you can do. He's got to refer me to the hematologist. But yeah, it'd be interesting, as Bush said, if I start doing these transfusions, medication, I just turn into a fucking
Terminator.
Terminate these.
So anyway,
All right, well, keep us updated on that. When's your first?
I probably won't go until after Europe. A hematologist.
Because you can't be fucked.
Can't be fucked.
Herein lies the problem.
Can't be fucked.
And we come back because my cup's full. We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much. If you made it this far, 5 stars on Spotify. Subscribe on the YouTube channel if you're watching it there. And also, if you're interested in Push Pull Run, DM one of the coaches or second link down below. We'd love to see you on board. Ciao. If you enjoy the way in which we view and talk about training, I'm going to assume that you'd probably also enjoy the programming and the strategies we use for our clients and athletes here at Strength Culture. You can get free access to all of our programs by using the code podcast through the first link down below, as well as a whole bunch of educational videos where we help you understand and better apply the things that we talk about in the podcast. Again, first link down below, podcast as the code, and your first month is completely free.